Hey guys, so they're back with another versus review, and today on the channel we'll be having the B&T APC9 Pro versus the H&K SP5. Stay tuned for this one. Alright guys, we're back. Once again today we're going to be doing a versus review on the APC9 Pro by B&T versus the SP5 by H&K. So let's go ahead and start this off. These guns are both unloaded, as you can see. Empty magazine, or empty firearm. Click. Set this one down. Empty magazine, empty chamber. Click. Okay. Let's start off with magazine size. So as you all know, the SP5 comes with a standard 30-round magazine in free states, 10-round magazine in non-free states, and it doesn't come at all in communism states. The SP5 mags run about $80. Sometimes you can find them on sale for about $67 to $70, but that's a pretty good sale if you find them any cheaper than $70. But most of the time, these are MSRP'd at $80, and that's what they're selling for. You have the Glock magazine for the B&T, and these are 31-round mags with a +2 on the bottom, so 33 rounds altogether. They run normally about $40. You can find them on sale every now and then for about $35 to $30. Believe it or not, right whenever Biden got elected in, I think Primary Arms and a few other places had some magazine sales, and I bought about 5 of these for about $30 and about $600-700 worth of AK and AR mags. So I've got plenty of these mags, and with every H&K gun I've bought where I'm law enforcement, I get a $150 gift card to H&K's website, and these are $180 on their website, so I pretty much get 2 more extra mags, plus a little for tax and shipping and all that every time I get a new H&K. So I've got a few mags saved up right now. But really, to be honest with you guys, for the actual firearms, it's very hard to find a place to actually begin to start on these. These both are some very proven firearms, and this one right here actually more proven than the B&T just because of the age and everything, the history behind this one. So right now, we'll go ahead and start out with reliability. That being said, it's kind of per each type of person. Like I said, this gun right here has been around since the 50s, and multiple militaries across the world still use this. Not as much now as used to be, but still a lot of militaries around the world use this. A lot of law enforcement agencies here in the United States use this still. We don't have one at my agency, but I know a few that do, and they're still in use today just because of how useful they are. I remember I was watching the First 48 one day, and I seen Louisville Metro SWAT pull out one of these, and I was like, well, they know what they're doing. But upon reliability, some people say that these have had problems with hollow point. I've not shot many hollow point through this one, but the ones that I did shoot through it, never had any problems with it at all. So I can't contest to that, but it was kind of a known thing that they have had problems with hollow point in the past, but I have not with this one. With the B&T, it is a 2000 and mid-10s design. It was released for the U.S. Consumer market in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. But this gun has been designed to shoot anything and everything, ranging from full metal jacket, hollow point, and everything in between. I've shot both full metal jacket and hollow point out of this one, and I haven't had any failures at all. Same for the SP5, but this one right here is made to shoot both of them because APC stands for Advanced, Advanced Police Carbine, I think. Yeah, Advanced Police Carbine, if I'm not mistaken. Check me if I'm wrong, but I'm about for certain that is what the APC stands for. But it has been tested with hollow point and full metal jacket with no failures at all. And I would actually rely on this one a tad bit more than that one whenever it comes to hollow point. So per your everyday thing, I would say this one right here for all-around ammunition is a little bit more reliable than the SP5, but I've never had a failure out of each, so I'll give them both heads up on that one. The manual of arms is the biggest difference between these two guns. The manual of arms on this one matches more of a AR-15 type of style, which what most people train with, so they're going to be most used to it. You have the AR-15 type of selector safety switch over here on the left and right hand side. It's kind of like the SP5, don't get me wrong, but it's just where you're kind of used to it. Very easy to touch and everything like that. Very easy to switch on. Also as well, you have your magazine release up here in front, just like a AR-15. You hit this, magazine falls out, you insert it, and you can, here we go, bolts caught, empty round or empty mag. Last round fired, take this out, throw a new one in, and you can either drop it with your finger or drop it with your thumb, just like that, charge one into it, and you're ready to go back to firing again. Also as well, it is ambidextrous, so you can take the magazine out like that, or you can, if you're sitting here and you're left-handed, you can take it out with your thumb on this side as well. So I like the design of it a lot, and to me, it is just very easy to manipulate. That being said, the SP5, if you train with it enough, it's easy to manipulate as well. You have something here to where, say, here's the safety and fire, so pretty easy to understand. These magazines, if they're fully loaded, they will not seat into a closed bolt, so you have to open it up, insert it, slap it, and you've got the gun charged. But if the gun is charged like that and you take a empty magazine, you put a full-size magazine on it, it will not click in there. Also as well, this manual of arms is kind of different because you cannot just straight up insert it in there. You have to do a full insert and then like a rocking to get it like a, kind of like a AK, but not as prominent rocking, but just a tad bit of rocking. It snaps into place and you can feel it. You take it and you throw it like that. But most people, whenever it runs empty, you pull it back, lock it, take one out, put that one in, slap it, and go back to town. If you've trained with an AR pretty much your entire life, you're going to be more used to the B&T than you are the SP5. The SP5 to me is something that that is a very, very fun gun to shoot, and is probably a more prominent gun in media and movies and everything else than the B&T, especially now. But the SP5 is just a very, very fun gun to shoot, and just manual of arms and everything. But it's something that if you was actually fighting with a weapon, which one would I choose? It would probably be the B&T, because you kind of go back to muscle memory. But now I've trained a lot more with ARs than I have probably any other gun known to man whenever it comes to rifles anyway. So that's why I would rather have the B&T, because like I said, that muscle memory, go back to it. And as well, on the last round, the buffer will, or the actual gun will hang back, and whenever you put in a new magazine, you drop it, you'll know that the gun's out of ammo. But on this one right here, all you get is an audible click, and then you'll have to reload. So that's one round that you would have been able to recover with this one whenever it actually locks back, and you can reload your gun as soon as it locks back. Versus this one, you could fire, stop firing, and not know that you're out of ammo or almost out of ammo until the gun goes click, and then there you are trying to reload it. Reloads on both of them can be very, very fast, especially if you've trained with them. But overall, the B&T is still a better manual of arms, in my opinion, than the SP5. So we'll go ahead and go to actual how they feel in your hand. The SP5, whenever you actually have the 4N that comes with it from factory, feels very good because it's a swelled type, or skinny in the front, swelled in the back. So as you go back, your hand kind of gets bigger, and you can get a very good grip on it. Here I have the Magpul 4-end or 4-grip, and on the left and right hand side you have M-lock. On the bottom you have M-lock. and I just done this right here so I could throw a light on it so I could have it as a bedside gun. It does not feel the best though. As you can see here, I've got my finger placed here, my other finger here on the angled foregrip, and it feels pretty good, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't feel as good as, say, this one right here with a vertical grip if you SPR'd it, or a angled foregrip, or really just anything else as is right here without even anything on it. It has better ergonomics than the Magpul SP5, or than the Magpul grip, or the normal SP5 forend or handguard, whichever one you want to call it. But just it's a lot harder to put accessories on this, and for something that I was actually going to be using more than likely for self-defense, I would probably invest in one of these Surefire foregrips that actually is made just like the normal SP5 grip, that has a light coming out underneath it. They're not as strong as lights as what is produced today, but they're still pretty nice, don't get me wrong, but it's just something that looks to me like is way too much money for what it actually is. But overall, accessories and everything else, B&T has the SP5 beat as well. Going from there, as you can see here with the braces, I have the SB Tactical telescopic brace. It's made just like the original SP or MP5 braces, and it's made to look just like them as well. You get this here on the back, you pull it straight out, and it telescopes all the way to the end and stops. This one right here is the SB Tactical new brace for it. As you can see here, it's just a folding brace. You fold it here to the side, and it will still work, but it doesn't get as small as this gun right here. Say if you had the B&T tail hook brace on it to where it can actually telescope in, but that one's running about $600 right now. The SB Tactical telescoping brace ran about $350 normally, but where they kind of, let's say, they did not officially discontinue them, but they have stopped production on them, if that makes any sense to you all. Them are now going for about $600 themselves, but they kind of, I'm guessing they discontinue them because they really don't know what's going to happen with this brace system, and nobody's going to buy that if you're going to have to SPR it, because they'll just buy the normal F-stock telescoping brace, or telescoping stock for it. But overall, guys, kind of heads up, because you can buy either or for either one, brace or stock. Your mounting system on this is very interesting, because here you have to do a claw mount type of system that can scratch up your gun if you're not safe with it or careful with it. And whenever you do have a claw mount on it, it does, let's see here. Okay, it doesn't take away from your sight picture with just the claw mount, but anytime you mount anything over it, I have put this T2 on top of it, and it did take a slide of the top scope out of it, so whenever you're looking through the biggest aperture on it, it kind of looks like a squared off bottom, but you can still see the front sight. And whenever you're on your smallest aperture, it doesn't matter. But if you have, say, an EOTech on here, you can't see your sights at all, such as the EXPS 3-0, which is what I had on it a little bit in the video before I took it off just to shoot with irons, because I forgot that I hadn't sighted this one in. Plus, too, it's kind of a little bit overhead, and some people think it looks goofy. I like the EOTech, especially on carbines, but and for how quick you can acquire a shot with it and everything, but sometimes it does look a tad bit goofy on these smaller guns. As you can see here with the B&T, you have a full-length Picatinny monolithic upper on this gun, so you're never going to have any type of difference in shot or anything like that. I love monolithic uppers. You all know how much I love my Colt SP, or not SP, but 6940 whenever I had it. But as you can see here, full-length Picatinny rail. I've got the flip-up Magpul sights on it, front and back. And the micro T2 by Aimpoint as well. Dial it down a little bit. There we go. But it looks very nice as well, especially with how small it is. And it looks very good on this one as well. But the mounting system overall is better for the B&T than it is the SP5. So the last thing I'm really wanting to talk about is how they feel to shoot. The BNT is a direct blowback with a hydraulic piston system here in the rear end. The SP5 is a delayed roller system. It escaped my mind there for a second what the exact name of it is, but it's a roller blowback system. But I can't think of the full name of it. But pretty much what it is, the bullet goes out the end. The pressures of the the pressure of the bullet starts to come down a little bit. The rollers suck back in, and the gun goes back. That's why the SP5 is such a smooth gun to fire. The BNT, I was looking forward to shooting this because I did not know exactly how well that hydraulic buffer would work. I've had a few hydraulic buffer, or not hydraulic buffered guns, but direct blowback guns such as the Scorpion, and I've shot a Strybog before, and I was not impressed with them at all because it actually had more recoil than say an 11 or a 10.3 Mark 18 Daniel 5.56, and that how much bigger of a bullet that is than a 9mm and more powerful. But I was like, man, this is stupid how much recoil these guns have. And that's why I was kind of hesitant at first to get this gun, because it being direct blowback and how much smoother the type of system the SP5 has, a roller delayed blowback system. But this one right here, whenever you're shooting it, that hydraulic buffer system works wonders. And it is not as smooth as SP5, but it is very, very close to it, if that does make sense. You have a tad bit more felt recoil, but I'm being dead honest with you guys. It's very minimum difference between it, but it is enough to where you can tell. The SP5 is a absolute Cadillac to shoot. The BNT is about like a Corvette. Very, very fast, which is something that I really do like about it as well. The trigger system in BNT feels like a two-stage AR-15 trigger versus the sponginess of the SP5. But you can shoot this gun very, very fast, but it is not as smooth as the SP5. That being said, guys, overall, which one do I like better? And if I only had this much money to go out and get one, which one would I pick? It would kind of be up to the person. I hate to say that, but depending on what type of person you are will depend on which gun you will buy. I'm going to be keeping both of these just because of how iconic of a gun the SP5 is and how much I love it. But now, if you're looking at which gun am I going to have as a bedside gun, or which one would I rather go to war with or have as a self-protection type of firearm, I'm going to have to go with a BNT for civilian anyway. If we're talking about fully automatic, I'll have to go with SP5 or MP5 in that scenario. But we normal citizens of the United States cannot own a fully automatic firearm currently, if not ever. But as what the guns are as of right now, if I have to pick a gun out of both of these that I'm going to use as actual self-defense bedside gun or house defense gun or truck gun or whatever else, I'm going to be picking the BNT. If I'm wanting a gun to, say, impress my friends or show off or just flex that I've got one, it's going to be the SP5. Because this gun is funner to shoot because of how less recoil it is. The closest thing I can compare to it is, say, a full 20-inch AR-15, pretty much the M16, or a 22 long rifle, just because of how smooth it is to shoot. But now, whenever it comes to actually using it for a self-defense weapon in the semi-automatic version of it, as you see here, it's not as smooth as the BNT whenever it comes to how well that you can use it and how easy it is to use. And it's smoother when shooting, but ease of use and everything else complicates that a little bit because the BNT is just so easy to use and so easy to jump back into every single time you're shooting it. So if I'm wanting a gun to just shoot every now and then and have fun with, but I really don't care to use it for a self-defense weapon, I'll go with the SP5. But if it's something that I'm actually going to be using or considering as a bedside gun or self-defense weapon or truck gun, it's going to be the BNT. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope I cleared up a few things because The same answers I'm giving you all right now was the same questions that I had whenever I first started looking into these firearms. Because at the point whenever I was first looking into them, I really didn't know if I could afford to keep both of them or not. Because this one right here, at the time whenever I got this, and I paid $2,600 for it. Then after that, they went up to $2,800, and they went up to $3,200, and now currently the MSRP is $34.99, and these are bringing over $4,000 on Gunbroker. This one right here, as I said in the actual review of it, I purchased it for $800 off MSRP or what actually they're selling for, which was about $2,600, and I paid $800 less than that, so I got a very good deal on it. And I'm glad I did, because I really do love this pistol right here. That being said, guys, I hope I answered some of y'all questions. And if you all have any questions or comments or anything like that, leave in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But guys, I appreciate y'all viewing as always. Like and subscribe for more gun reviews, and I'll see y'all in the next video.